This situation just got 10 times worse. And more people are starting to speak up regarding the whole Rajah Jackson situation. If you guys have been living under a rock, the Rajah Jackson incident has been the talking point amongst not only pro wrestling, but mixed martial arts throughout the last couple of days. And it sparked a lot of conversation as to who's right and who's wrong. Lots of people are coming out and are giving horrible, and I mean horrible, takes regarding this incident. People that were involved with the incident spoke up, not to mention the guy that escalated this whole situation. Yes, that guy in the cowboy hat is a horrible human being. What's up? Yours truly, Flamin' Rick Ricky DeRays. Before we get into all this craziness, please make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestle Havoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the friggin' referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. Now, if you guys have been living under a rock, the Rajah Jackson incident has been taking the entire wrestling world and MMA world by storm, and not in a good way. If anything, this whole incident made both industries look very bad. If you guys want more context about what exactly happened in that exact situation, I go in depth about the entire incident in my previous video. The link will be in the description below. But long story short, Rajah Jackson is the son of Rampage Jackson. Rajah is an MMA fighter. He went into a pro wrestling show and got into some sort of a scuffle with this wrestler by the name of Psycho Stu. Psycho hit him with the beer can because he thought it was all a work, not realizing that Rajah Jackson was not a worker, but he apologized 3 times.
I appreciate it. I didn't know. I thought you were a worker.
Both men did fences, but later on, Rajah Jackson is sitting in the front row. He got influenced by this asshole in the cowboy hat, and then later he was in the front row getting rage baited by the chat on Kick, and you guys know the rest of the story. After the incident, he got pulled apart and he left the building. Psycho Stu was taken to the hospital and was in very critical condition. According to Douglas Mallow, who was the wrestler that pulled out Rajah, Stu was choking on his own blood.
Broken facial bones is from what I'm hearing. Missing teeth. Has no recollection of what happened. Incoherent. And then even from the people closest to it now that I'm disassociating with, they won't even put up the full story. Stu's pretty fucked up, I'll put it this way. What happened yesterday is he choked on his own blood.
On his own teeth, I heard.
Yeah, teeth and blood.
And he lost all of his teeth? Right?
A lot of them, yeah. Broken facial bones. He was out on the slam, and then the guy had made contact multiple times. I remember seeing that, kind of being in shock, and then I just went.
Now, Douglas Mallow is a very integral part of the story because he was the one that was really in the middle of all of this. As I stated in the previous video, this was an angle that was turned into a shoot. And the video that I'm going to be talking about was him going on this podcast. And this podcast is called the Scaling Up Podcast. The link will be in the description below. And he talked about his whole experience. One of the things that he mentioned was, number one, he had nothing to do with the angle, and he did not understand why he was the only one that came to the aid of Psycho Stu.
They were your friends? Let this happen.
So how did you end up being involved? Because from what I understand, you weren't part of that match, that segment. How did you end up out there in the middle of the ring during this match?
I just got done with my match. I was blown up, took the heat, did the shit. Then I get a whisper by somebody, hey, something is not right. I might need you to go out there and check a scenario. This guy's gonna do a spot. When does the spot happen? Oh, we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Well, you wanna let me know, but like, you're not telling me when the cue is, when is the spot supposed to happen. You're just gonna let me know just in case. Right, so I'm stuck waiting for this cue. I walk out to somebody with the radio. I said, hey, talk to the back. When do you guys want me to go? What's happening? I was informed about the beer can incident actually shortly before that. They told me that they, made up, shook hands, hugged it out multiple times. So it was going to be fine, but they just want to make sure. I talked to the person out front with the radio. I walk back to the ring. I see the slam. I see the first punch, second punch. And by then I'm at people in front of me and I just start moving. I kind of wish I would have just sprung on like the slam. So that's where I'm at. I mean, honestly, there's nothing worse than you watch somebody you care about. He's a veteran. He's me. And these are people who are supposed to love him. And I'm the only one on the outskirts to be told to watch this, apparently. And then I'm in there and I'm battling. I'm doing whatever, trying to like work this. And I'm telling the guy to calm down. And now he's trying to fight me. It's all fucked, like there's...
So them telling you to watch this and get involved, if this was supposed to be an angle, it kind of doesn't make any sense because you have nothing to do with their storyline or whatever. It seems like they kind of wanted you there just because you're the only one who can shoot, which in wrestling means for real fight, right?
It felt like it. Like how you'd use a dog. Like, hey, we'll send our bitch to go do this.
But the fact that they told you to watch out and, you know, be ready, and the fact that this had nothing to do with any of the storylines kind of shows that this was premeditated.
Nobody else came in to help Stu, who, by the way, was a co-worker of theirs. Another thing that I need to mention is that Douglas Malo took punches from Raja Jackson while he was pulling him away from Stu. And during this podcast, he just rips Raja Jackson to shreds. He not only rips Raja Jackson to shreds, but he also rips the promotion, and he also rips AJ Mana to shreds.
Right?
I think the premeditation part comes on the side of AJ Mana. You brought somebody that was volatile that you knew had issues.
So real quick, that's the friend of Raja who brought him to the event.
That's the small calf, small ass chicken legs bitch with the cowboy hat.
So this fight, whatever you want to call it, Raja Jackson...
Attempted murder.
Right, this attempted murder, he landed like 20-something punches on him.
23.
23 punches on him. You pull him off, and then he tried to go at you. So that was he trying to continue beating him even further?
I think the culmination between his dad picking on him and all his daddy issues came out and all the shit that AJ gassed up into his head, because let me put it this way. I don't like Raja. I think Raja's a shit person for what he did. But I think AJ's a bigger shit person for gassing him up to be in that fucking ring, to leading him to ruin his own fucking life, to hurt somebody that AJ also has a fucking problem with. You can't fucking tell me that's not... I don't believe in coincidence.
He was basically trying to put the blood on someone else's hands.
Exactly, because he's not going to do it himself. You know, the few little backyard fights he fucking got in where he got beat the fuck up, and then you got somebody that's a real fighter, trained by somebody that's one of the greatest of all time, and then you had him do your dirty work. He ruined two people's lives.
Now, if you don't know who AJ Mana is, it's that dumbass that influenced Raja Jackson to give him his receipt. Now, essentially, a receipt in pro wrestling is essentially the person that you're working with hurts you for real, you tag them right back. It's an old school mentality. But this is the problem that I have with this whole situation. What he said was relatively horrible, because again, you're influencing somebody the likes of Raja Jackson, who doesn't understand pro wrestling terminology and is a full-on MMA fighter. When he thinks receipt, and honestly, when you think receipt, you think hitting them back. And if he had done that right after Stu hit him with the beer can, it would have been justified and it would have been self-defense. Because again, Raja did not know that Stu was working him. And this is not me defending Raja Jackson in any way, shape, or form. This guy should have been arrested by now. And the fact that he's still not arrested goes to show you how this justice system is. Raja Jackson tried to kill somebody in the middle of the frickin' ring. And what's worse is that kids were alive to witness everything. And that is disgusting. Now, why do I mention AJ Mana? Well, as you guys all know, Douglas Malo ripped this guy to shreds. But AJ Mana, the dumbass, as I stated earlier in this video, went on a podcast and gave essentially his whole side of the story. And if you really want to look things in retrospect, the guy took no accountability whatsoever. None. Here's the clip if you guys haven't seen it.
That's a receipt, bitch. That's all the fuck I told Raja to do. The only thing I told Raja to do was give him a fucking receipt, because that's what the promoter wanted to do, to fucking be done.
This storyline, and then the shit gets out of hand, and you not
watch the video. Who told Raja to throw the punch? Watch the fucking video. Here, I'll give you a hint. You ready? And I quote, "Get in there and fuck that motherfucker up."
I'm gonna have you run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Did that come out of my mouth? No, came out of the promoter's mouth. Fuck you.
This guy flat out blamed the promoter, and yes, the promoter is to blame, but let's be honest with ourselves. You are on camera telling him to give him his receipt.
So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit.
And also, Raja is on video. You don't think that didn't influence Raja Jackson to do what he did? As I stated in my previous video, Raja Jackson made the choice to do what he did. I'm not defending Raja in any way, shape, or form, but the people that influenced Raja are just as bad as Raja himself. You know, I see a lot of these videos, people are saying, this person's worse, this person's worse, this person's worse. No, this is not a situation of who's a worse human being. This is a situation of bad people. Like, bad people are everywhere. And unfortunately, bad people are running around the wrestling business, and that is never going to change. And it's a shame. As someone who wants to be a part of the wrestling business, I look at situations like this, and I'm like, damn, who the hell am I going to trust? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, pro wrestling is all about trust. And the advice that AJ Mana gave to Raja Jackson, who is not even a pro wrestler, is just not good advice whatsoever. And the fact that this guy is not taking accountability for his actions goes to show you the type of person that he is. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. Not to mention, he was the guy that brought in Rajah Jackson to begin with. And that's not even the worst part about this whole situation. And trust me, there is no good out of this whole situation. This situation is only gonna get worse. But the promotion itself, Knox Pro Wrestling, is under fire right now, and rightfully so. And the clip that I'm about to show you from the Scaling Up podcast will literally blow your mind. And it's gonna show why you shouldn't trust some of these indie promotions.
The most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And fuck you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir. You are all weak sacks of shit, and I hope you rot in hell. You are wasting oxygen that other people could be breathing. Go fuck yourself. And if you continue to be complacent in this investigation and you side with the people who you know are in the wrong,
Knox Pro Wrestling encouraged some of its talent not to talk to law enforcement, not to talk to the cops, not to talk to the police, none. And what's worse about the situation is that you have some of these wrestlers literally and blindly agree to their encouragement not to talk to law enforcement. If that is not a lack of responsibility, I don't know what is. You want to know why the independent wrestling scene gets so much crap by a lot of people? It's because of stuff like this. Some of these promoters, man, and it's not just them, it's a lot of other promoters in the independent scene out there that are very shady. Like right off the top of my head, IWA Mid-South. You guys don't know about that story? Check out Top 10 Wrestling's video on IWA Mid-South. You'll be shocked. Shout out to Top 10 Wrestling, by the way. But I mean, the fact that you have the promotion that was responsible for this whole situation taking place, encouraging its own wrestlers not to talk to the police, is just flat out stupidity. It's dumb. If you see a situation like that, the number one thing you're going to be doing is calling the police. That's just what you're going to do. That's the logic behind this whole situation. You want to know why Knox Pro Wrestling is no longer a WWE ID affiliate? It's because of stuff like this. And if I was WWE, I would have done the same thing. The fact that they were even a WWE ID affiliate to begin with is baffling to me. Again, you can't trust some of these indie promotions. I'm sorry. And this is not me saying that all indie promotions are bad. I go to indie shows. I go to GCW shows. I would go to local pro wrestling shows. I'm just saying from a general standpoint, some of these indie promotions are very shady and don't give a flying fuck about the safety of its wrestlers. Keep in mind, these wrestlers are not employees of the company. And if you are a wrestler working in Knox Pro, don't listen to this advice. If there's any information that you have, literally report it to the freaking police, because again, that's what you're supposed to do. Also, Rampage Jackson said something on his stream, and a part of me kind of felt bad for Rampage Jackson because again, this is his son, and him being in the position that he's in, number one, makes him look bad, but at the same time, a part of me kind of feels bad for him because again, this is his own son we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this, man. It's crazy. And you know what's crazy? Some of these wrestling personalities and MMA personalities are defending Rajah's actions. Like you have people like Mark Henry going on TMZ and flat out defending Rajah Jackson for his actions. And he sounds like a hypocrite when he's talking. You have people like RVD giving his opinion on the whole matter. Chael Sonnen. And what's crazy is that I went on this show and spoke highly of Chael Sonnen. But I'm going to say this right here and right now. Chael Sonnen's take on this whole situation was absolutely horrible. When I was watching the video on Chael Sonnen's YouTube channel, I immediately turned it off because I was like, there's no way that this guy is going to be defending Rajah's actions. JBL, of all people. You would think JBL, especially with all the stories that you heard about JBL in the past, like if you were a wrestler in the SmackDown locker room back in the day, you were fucked. You were going to deal with guys like Bob Holly and JBL. JBL, out of all of the guys that were there, JBL was the one that gave the most logical answer from this whole situation. JBL did not agree at all with Rajah's actions, and he flat out said this guy deserves to go to jail. How the hell you have guys like JBL, who's had a bad reputation backstage, not agree with the actions of Rajah Jackson? Meanwhile, you got guys like Mark Henry and RVD defending his actions. It's very crazy, man. It's insane. Not to mention, I got a comment on one of my shorts. What the hell are you saying, bro? I'm telling you, bro, some of these people are flat out brain dead. Like, you're essentially justifying attempted murder. Like, bro, get a grip on reality. Don't live in the wrestling bubble. See, this is what pisses me off, man. The people that run these shady indie promotions, guys like AJ Mana, the comment that I just received, guys like Mark Henry and RVD, all live in the wrestling bubble, and that is it. Like, they are not getting a grasp of what is actually going on. Raja Jackson nearly killed somebody. I'm gonna repeat what I just said. He nearly killed somebody in the middle of the freaking ring. Kids were in the crowd watching this whole shit go down. Like, bro, there is no defending this guy. Nada. And the fact that you have people like the AJ Manas of the world not take responsibility for what had happened, like Knox Pro Wrestling encouraging people not to speak with the police. Like, dude, like, what the hell is going on here? In my opinion, this whole situation exposed how crappy people can be, and it really showed the true colors of people. I'm sorry. This whole situation was just horrible in and of itself. And what's horrible is that, unfortunately, this is going to be talked about for a long period of time. And Raja Jackson ruined his whole life. And the fact that Raja is not, like, arrested in any way, shape, or form at the moment is like, dude, it goes to show you how much of a failure our Justice Department is, if you really think about it. Yes, the LAPD is conducting an investigation, but I mean, let's be honest, you don't have to conduct a whole investigation because the footage is right there. Like, literally everything was filmed on video. I don't know, man. It's dumb and stupid, and it's just a lack of responsibility on a lot of parties involved. You know, I feel for I honestly have sympathy for guys like Douglas Mala, who was thrusted in that situation. And he was, if you really think about it, the only guy that gave a shit about his coworker. Meanwhile, you had everybody else just standing there not helping Stu out. And as Douglas said, you had this guy in face paint follow Raja Jackson, but let's be honest, he was doing that for clout. He was literally doing that for clout. I don't know, man. This whole situation just exposed how shitty people can be. From the AJ Mana response to the stuff we found out on the Scaling Up podcast. I mean, dude, this situation just got worse, and it's horrible, man. It's horrible. But yeah, that was my video on some of the information that we got on the Raja Jackson incident. Also, by the way, there's a GoFundMe for Psycho Stu. If you guys want to donate, the link will be in the description below. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications. That means look out for more videos right here on the Wrestle Havoc channel, which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the friggin' referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. As always, it is yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, signing out. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.